Deep in the heart of Texas, San Antonio, the scene for the Warriors. Considered by many to be the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry is in the building as they get fired up to take on the Spurs. Warriors, Spurs, tip-off coming right up. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. Let's see some of the numbers here for Victor Wembanyama.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. A pair of shooters at the guards, Curry and Hield. Kuminga steps in at the 4 with Green sliding up to center. And it's Moody in at the 3 spot. And for the Spurs, Castle is out there with Victor Wembanyama. Then it's Luke Cornett. And it's Fox. And it's Vassell in at the 2. Well, GA, we know it's still very early in the season, but still, just how defined are these teams at this point?
Kevin, it varies squad to squad in a big way. Some teams are very solid now. Things are pretty set in stone. Others are looking for what really works in the moment of truth.
No one covering. Hield's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Warriors.
And never shying away from a 3. Hield has supreme confidence in his shot. Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
Curry, good.
All right, Steph, I see your 3, and I'll raise you with one of my own.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Wembanyama, a screen for 3, Vassell. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against the Bulls.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
A lot of people think you shoot much better at home, but if you really look at the league-wide stats, it's only about 2 to 3 percentage points different on average.
And here is Curry following the 3-pointer from De'Aaron Fox. And Green slams it in.
And I love the physicality Draymond puts behind this drive. Get in his way at your own risk.
So, GA, when you think about Steph Curry's legacy, he changed the way the NBA game is played.
And it is hard to find a player who's had the impact of a Steph Curry, making us rethink what is possible. Curry's endless range has really inspired a generation.
And when you start out shooting 80% or better as a team, you start to feel yourself a little bit, and that feeling is good.
Fox looking it over. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Got a piece of it. To the paint, Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a first.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Look at Oklahoma City. They've climbed all the way up to the 2nd spot.
And you know, for the Spurs, they have definitely taken a tumble. They remain in the top 10, but they can't get complacent. Not if their power ranking means anything to them, that is.
Hield outside. Back to Curry. Down low. 6 to shoot. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
Now here's Hield. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thank you, guys. Well, Draymond Green is getting serious in the weight room. He said one thing I learned is you have to lift weights. I was always naturally strong, so I was like, what do I need to lift for? These guys can't move me right now. But your body needs to be able to withstand the pounding of a long season. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you. And it's good, 2 points.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania. He's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Guys, one of the more lengthy free agency sagas revolved around Jonathan Kuminga, and many thought his time was up in Golden State. He saw fewer and fewer minutes down the stretch of last season and into their playoff run. But when Kuminga tested free agency, tested potential sign and trade deals, nobody seemed to be the exact right fit. So eventually, he took the Warriors' offer. Guys, we'll see just how long this lasts, but for now, he'll continue to be in that Golden State uniform.
We'll continue to track that story. Okay, Shams, thanks for the report. Traps in the tray.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
To the inside. From close range, it's deflected.
And how about the timing Vassell has on the defensive end? Superb swat.
And again, it's the Spurs from deep. An important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
How about the ferocity we have seen from them on defense? I mean, they're looking to contest every shot that goes up.
And they're also focusing on their break, looking for any chance they can to push the pace and get out in transition.
And we see Brandon Pajemski. He's been a valuable player, Tim, since his first day in the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, he's just the type of guy every team could use. He's a winner, high IQ, a hustle player who connects the game, and he can hit shots from deep.
Got a hand on it. Lets the three fly, and the Spurs another three.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they've just been the better team. They've been more aggressive, which is why they hold a double-digit lead.
No, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Spurs leading by 10. Pass to Castle. And Wembanyama, that's for two. And another basket for San Antonio.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
From the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
A big-time effort for De'Aaron Fox, providing a lot of energy for San Antonio. He was a true standout at the offensive end, both with his scoring and his passing. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Spurs team out there.
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
I love how they're playing. When you combine great effort and great execution, it leads to great results.
We've got Devin Vassell. Stephon Castle is out there with Victor Wembanyama. Then it's Luke Cornett. And it's Fox in at the 1. So that's how San Antonio starts the second. The Warriors making a switch here. Spencer's checked in. Just 4 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Three-pointer, Payton. San Antonio leading by 12. Pajemski with it. Pass to Spencer. Al Horford. Here's Pajemski. Covered by Vassell. And finished off by Horford.
No chance to shut that one down. Horford's reach made that play unstoppable.
Here's Fox. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
And he gets the bucket. Pajemski's got 8.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to be.
You can be sure, GA, that as the Spurs build this team, there will be no shortcuts.
Well, they're surely eyeing that group 8 hours more in OKC. Another young core that's not going anywhere. If the Spurs want to contend, the standard's been set.
And so Steve Kerr starts to call a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Let's quickly now take a peek at the league leaders in blocks. Victor Wembanyama, number 1.
What an intimidator he is in the paint. I mean, he shot to the top of that leaderboard, and nobody feels comfortable putting a shot up around him right now.
Here's Moody. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Baseline try. That one off the back iron and out. Wembanyama finds the shot. Slams home and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Moses Moody.
And the added strength coming into play for Vassell. Nice job scoring through the contact.
Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. And that one falls for Vassell. Tim, when you think about how the game is currently being played, how hard do you think it is to defend?
It's a lot tougher than it used to be because you have much more ground to cover defensively with the number of three-point shooters that are on the floor, plus the number of guys that understand how to draw fouls.
And the league changes, don't they, in the way they officiate, so that is kind of an ever-changing way to grasp what you do on the defensive end.
Yeah, the league has tried to help defenders, give them a little bit more leeway because of how difficult it is to defend this level of skill.
Curry outside does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. Curry against Fox. Back to Wembanyama. There's the triple. Drains the 3, and yes, he'll go to the line for 1 more. And it goes on Draymond Green, and he's got his first chance at the line here.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
And the Warriors making a change here. Kuminga's checked in. Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
And I think that one could have easily fallen for him.
Here's Cornette. A three-pointer is right on target. Cornette's got 5 points so far.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic. And it's a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them.
the stats for Kuminga, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And he's been deadly from the free throw line. Only a handful of players are shooting a better percentage. Phenomenal asset to have on your team. Now here's Curry. He's coming off a 37-point game against Oklahoma City.
I mean, the range is just unreal. Curry can make even the toughest shots look easy.
And it's blocked. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here's Wembanyama. That one falls. Wembanyama's got 19 points.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Outside, Kuminga. Pass to Moody. Outside, Curry. And the Warriors, another three.
Well, he's not the reason they're down right now. He has played smart, efficient basketball.
From outside, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Fox has got 17 now.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
From about 16, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Showing you that great flexibility offensively. Draymond utilizing those openings that others might pass on.
Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Okay, I see ya. That's your point guard getting up.
And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game.
And that is his third foul of the half. Now they've got to make a tough decision.
Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play brought to you by AT&T. To the middle. Green, no luck.
Wow, you got to commend the defensive effort right there. It really made a difference.
Buries the long-range jumper. Vassell's got his third basket of the night right there.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Great open look there.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Fox from outside, and the Spurs another three.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
34.
Here is Coach Steve Kerr. Your defense struggling to contain them in the first half. How do you remedy it?
We got to get back in transition. We got to make them feel us. You know, they're just running anything they want. We've got to at least disrupt the stuff they're trying to do.
Thank you, Coach.
Terrific, Allie. Thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
This stretch could break their season, but it could also make their season if they step up.
When I was playing, I like these kind of games, to tell you the truth.
Shifting gears back to that first half, De'Aaron Fox had it all working.
Well, Fox is on fire, using his quickness to stay one step ahead of everyone else, creating lots of scoring opportunities.
Yeah, he's setting a pace out there that few guys can keep up with. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Now, what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. A pair of shooters at the guard. Curry and Hield. Kuminga steps into the four with Green sliding up to center. And it's Moody in at the small forward. Golden State's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
Yeah, he needs to settle down a little bit. You don't want to leave this game because of foul trouble.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, Kevin. The Warriors have come a long way during the Curry era. Draymond Green said, quote, "We built this thing up from the laughingstock of the NBA. I take a great deal of pride in that. I think about this organization like it's mine. If the Warriors win the championship 10 years from now, that's our championship. Period." Back over to you, Kevin.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Wembanyama with the bucket.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Now, here's Kuminga. Still scoreless. And the basket by Curry.
He must have visualized this one because everything is falling.
I've always admired the impact that Steph Curry, Tim, has made on this game, and not only at this level, but at every level. With that in mind, do shooters train differently in part because of him?
Yeah, I believe they do, Kevin, but you got to beware. This is a guy that's often imitated, rarely replicated. He is so special. But I think guys need to add escape dribbles, the sidestep dribble, and certainly deep shooting off the dribble. That's where Steph Curry has impacted the modern shooter.
That's good advice. Timeout called the Warriors. Spurs making a switch here. McLaughlin's checked in. The story of rebounding. Now a look at the league's best players on the boards. Fourth, Victor Wembanyama.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
To the left wing. Kuminga kicks to Curry. That three off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And here's Vassell from the arc. And again, it's San Antonio with the three.
You can't play much better than this. That's 4 straight to start the half.
Pass to Moody. Back to Curry. Clock at 6. And he uses the glass on the lane. Curry's got 20 points.
That mate brings them to 3 for 4, and the game plan seems to be working here early.
Wembanyama, a screen on Curry. Castle on the wing. Hield against Castle. Here's Kuminga. Oh, what a slam!
Clean that up! Well, if he was in the dunk contest right there, I think that's solid 10s across the board for Kuminga.
And that's a great look at that slam from our AT&T Connected Cam. Here's Cornette, and the immediate answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And you think of the different styles of play. Tim, is there one that you prefer watching?
I personally like variety, Kevin. I like certainly three-point shooting. That's how I made my living. But I also want to see post play. And I want to see teams that also can beat you with isolation sets as well. I think those are the toughest teams to defend. They can hit you from any area.
They sure can. Here's a good screen. Here's McLaughlin. Launches it, hits it from three-point range.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
How about the show Wemby's putting on here? When he gets it going, Victor is pretty much unstoppable.
Now, here's Green. Back to Curry. Three-pointer. Wembanyama with the rebound. Here's McLaughlin. Lays it up, and in spite of the excellent defense at that.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Wembanyama. Right around 21 points per, 11 rebounds, and over 3.5 blocks. And he does a great job of just attacking the glass, really determined to track it down.
Well, he understands his role. He's one of their enforcers, but he also helps them win the battle of possession.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
First trip to the line for him here.
And going back to his numbers from just a season ago, he was knocking it down at a 77% clip.
Curry's checked in for Kuminga. So he gets them both. Golden State's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13 to the inside. And the dunk by Horford.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
A three from Wembanyama. It's good from long range. Wembanyama's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Spurs. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And Jordan McLaughlin picks up the foul here. That's his first foul. A different look now for San Antonio. Waters is checked in. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Jordan McLaughlin. Out to Payton. No one near Curry as he lets it go. From outside, off the mark. It's Wembanyama at the elbow. Wembanyama throws it down.
That's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable jump. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And so it's San Antonio with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. We'll return shortly. And now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
And it's such an advantage to have a big man who can facilitate at a high level like that.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Wembanyama's out there with Castle. Then there's Devin Vassell. Then it's De'Aaron Fox. And it's Cornette in at the center position. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That will be foul number 5 on him. Outside Curry. And you think about the balance of power between the conferences. How about this, Greg? In the last 26 years, there have only been 3 Eastern Conference teams favored to win the NBA Finals.
2011 Heat, 2013 Heat, and then the 2024 Boston Celtics. So for those arguing for top 16 seeding in the playoffs, this might be your go-to stat.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
And this is how you protect and grow a league, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
And Fox gets it to go.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Horford finds Curry. Golden State moving it around. There's the steal. Pass to Horford. Here's Payton. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. No good on the triple.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Pass to Pajemski. Horford with the screen on Vassell. Now here's Horford. Banked in off the glass.
They are just killing them on the interior.
San Antonio's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. And the shot goes down. Fox has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, he's done everything you want offensively. Great shot selection, and he is a big reason why they have the lead. He is off from deep. Maybe it's time to look for another option.
That bucket in no time at all. Wembanyama's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for San Antonio. Now here's Curry. Pass to Pajemski. Now Curry. 5 on the clock. Out to Payton. Fires the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Payton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And it's the Spurs ball. They're on a 14-5 run. Connects again from distance.
He's got his defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for three-pointers in a single game. On its way from Curry for 2. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Wembanyama, a screen on Horford. Vassell with the pass to Wembanyama.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
It's a great game plan, and it's great execution. They've really been in the zone.
And it's Vassell with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, where do you stand on all that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor issues.
And Fox gets it to go.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
Well, they are hunting deep shots, but they'll take the layup if you give them one.
Now here's Heel. And Green with the basket on the assist by Heel. Green's got 4 this quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
You don't see this kind of blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept
Good! Another from 3.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive the next one's gonna go in. On the wing, Heel. Green with a screen for Heel. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
Knocks it loose. And a fast break now for the Spurs. And he goes right over Jonathan Kuminga and slams it down.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
What a great performance. They have given the fans their money's worth.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, De'Aaron Fox.